Hello, I'm Chris Sleight, the editor of International Construction magazine, and I'm here in Shanghai at the 2010 Bauma China exhibition. It's the fifth time the show has been held, and every time it's been held, it's set new records for exhibition space, exhibitor numbers, and visitor numbers. 2010 is no exception. This time around, the show covers an incredible 230,000 square metres, and there are more than 1,800 companies taking part. Now, we don't know final visitor numbers yet, but judging by the huge crowds that have been here this week, last year's record of 112,000 people will be beaten by some margin. Of course, the Chinese construction and construction equipment industry is booming at the moment, and this is reflected here at the show by the huge number of new machines that are on display. So please sit back and enjoy this short video about some of the things we've seen here this week. One of the big changes since the last Bauma China is the number of domestic manufacturers in China that are manufacturing excavators. This shot, for example, shows the unveiling of SDLG's new range of excavators, which was developed in partnership with its majority owner Volvo. There are quite a few hybrid machines at the show, and many manufacturers are focusing on China for the launch of these new machines. The thing about hybrids is that they're all about the fuel savings you make over time, so China's long working hours mean there's a quicker payback for users. And of course it's a very buoyant market. Komatsu launched a hybrid excavator last year, and others have followed suit. Hyundai, for example, showed this machine, which had been launched just a few months previously at the Connex Korea show, but its showing in Shanghai will have been the first time that many Chinese buyers have seen it. Another notable point about the number of hybrids at Bauma China was that there were several Chinese manufacturers showing this sort of machine. Sunwood says its hybrid excavator went into production in the final quarter of 2010, and like the Hyundai and Komatsu models, is a 20-ton class machine. Besides these hybrid machines, Lugong unveiled a prototype excavator at the show, along with a hybrid wheeled loader. Again, the excavator is a 20-ton class machine. Another interesting aspect of the Chinese excavator market is that domestic manufacturers are branching out from standard machines. This shot, for example, shows one of several high-reach demolition excavators exhibited by XCG. An even more specialised application is this walking excavator shown and demonstrated by XCMG at the show. The wheeled undercarriage features articulating legs, which means the machine can literally walk, allowing it to manoeuvre in difficult terrain such as climbing up and down very steep slopes. Of course, the familiar names in the industry remain key players in the Chinese excavator market, and many are increasing their manufacturing capacity to meet growing Chinese demand. Sumitomo President Kensuke Shimizu, for example, told me in an interview that the company would increase the capacity of its plant in Hebei Province's Tangshan from 3,000 to 5,000 machines per year in 2011. Liebherr, meanwhile, is taking the interesting step of moving into highly competitive wheel loader market in China, with plans to manufacture a version of its L5562 wheel loader at its factory in Dailin. Production will start in April 2011. Another interesting new machine in the wheeled loader segment was XGMA's CNG machine, which is powered by compressed natural gas. The company says that not only does this halve the fuel cost, but it also makes for a much quieter machine as well. XGMA has historically been focused on wheeled loaders, but it is one of several Chinese manufacturers that is branching out into new areas. Bauma China saw it exhibit both concrete placing booms and rotary drilling rigs, and according to the company, the current boom in high-speed railway construction in China is a big driver for demand for foundation equipment. Among the more noticeable machines at the show were the heavy lift crawler cranes, with key Chinese players like Sany, Zoomlion, Fua and XCMG exhibiting some huge heavy lifters. The largest crane on display was this 2,000-ton capacity unit from XCMG, although Sany's 1,600-ton machine was also hard to miss. Another first at the show were the crushing and screening machines on display from the new joint venture between Chinese batching plant manufacturer NFLG and Terex. The deal was signed in August 2010, and Terex owns 60% of the joint venture, which manufactures jaw, cone and impact crushers, along with screens for the mining and quarrying industries. But for all the innovation on display at Bauma China, the issue of copying and copyright infringement is still an issue. I think this image of a Chinese manufacturer's logo sums up how blatant the abuses of trademark and intellectual property rights can be. So I hope you enjoyed our video. The show's back here in Shanghai in 2012, and it'll be an incredible 30% bigger. Instead of 9 halls and the outside area, next time around it'll fill 17 halls. I'm sure it'll be a great show, and we hope to see you there.